May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly market forecast. Happy 2026. Thank you for joining me. And let this be our best year yet. Okay, let this be our best year yet. Profits. Okay, now we're looking at the NASDAQ 100. All right, we're looking at NASDAQ futures chart right now. You can see it's very bullish, making these lows, making these highs, and making new higher lows and making new higher highs, all-time highs. Okay, and this is the weekly time frame, right? And you can see last week it closed very bearish. It closed past the low of the previous week. So does that mean that we're probably going to see some more bearishness? It could. What I tend to look at is that low. I believe that price will trade towards that low to sweep that low at the very least before another move up. Here is a wick. Let me get rid of that. Where did it go? Where did it go? There you go. I want you out of here. That was last year's stuff. Okay. Uh, this wick, the 50% of it, put it in the quads if you want to, but I just go to 50%, and I don't want to see if the market is to continue bullish. The market is to continue bullish. I don't want to see the market go past the 50% of that wick. All right. And we have a good ways to do that. And if there is enough bullish fair value gaps in this wick, we'll see it on the lower time frames. I would expect a reversal before that on the lower time frames. Okay. So let's go to the daily. And what we see, all right, what I see is an SMT here, all right, with the S&P, all right. This is our divergence. While the NASDAQ is making a lower low, the S&P made a higher high. And you can see that it continued lower from there. Those are where I find opportunities. I use these SMTs when they diverge from each other because they usually come, in they or corresponding, not corresponding. Oh my gosh, when when they're both usually go the same way, it's the same direction. They trade similarly, and I forgot what the C word is. Doggone it. So going back to the Nasdaq, if with the weaker one, if there is a divergence like this with the weaker uh, market, that's where I want to take my short. With the stronger market, I want to take a long. All right. Now, we can see that it could travel lower. What happened here? There was a fair value gap. Price tapped into it here, used it to go higher, but it didn't make a new high. It continued down. Look at this retarded candle. I don't mean to use that word. This messed up candle here. This this thing here is was a liquidation heat seeking missile. Everybody who was short going in there, the people that didn't take it up here got zapped out. Some people took break evens, and then it went in that direction. I just hate it when it does that, right? But where did it bounce from? Look at this golden line here. This is the low. All right, and you can see there's a low on either side, a higher low on either side of this strong bearish close candle. All right, that is a fractal. All right, and this is the sell off before the stronger buy up, forming an order block right here. Price went away and came back to that order block. All right, if the order block holds, we're going to see higher prices. If the order block holds, all right. Uh, that's the way this works. It's going to come down to mitigate that order block, and I don't know why that thing won't disappear. All right, it's going to come down to mitigate this order block, and it theoretically is supposed to go back up. All right, as it's making a higher high, a potential higher low to make a higher high. It did not do that. It made it pulled back, and maybe it goes up to sweep these highs and into these relative equal highs. This is a strong draw for the market to go higher. There's a problem though. All right, these lows, this low is weak. Why? Because it did not make a new higher high. That makes it a liquidation target. All right, so you have to bear that in mind. If the market continues to trade above that 50% of the wick, because this is actually a wick on the higher time frame, as I already showed you, if it continues to trade higher from this order block and stay above that 50%, we can count on the market going higher. Now watch this. Let's go down to the 4 hour. I want to show you something. See that bearish engulfer there? That bearish engulfer here? That was a strong move down. That's the kind of move that looks very deliberate for liquidation, right? Or mitigation. It took out the inducement low here into the order block. That's a daily order block, a daily time frame order block right here. All right, this whole block here, and it came down, took it out, took these people out, people who took longs from here. All right, took them out, mitigated the order block, swept some liquidity in there, but this could be the platform on which the market moves up higher. Now you say, but it's a bearish engulfer. It'll probably, because it took that low, it'll probably uh what do you call it, retrace, and then because this is a big old fair value gap, probably trace to the fair value gap and continue lower. That very well could happen. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for some clues by the market, because over here, this was a big old fair value gap right here, wasn't it? And there was a big old bearish engulfer, a hard move down, bigger than this one, in fact. And what happened when we got down here? It did this, and then it started moving back up, took out that top. This is an order block. Price came to mitigate that order block, boom, 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 formed another order block, and pushed up out of that. Did not make that high. And here we are revisiting this order block. This is a 50-50 move. What you have to wait for is this right here. Oh, I got it. It's already there. See that this dotted line? If the market does that, pushes up and closes above that line, we're going higher. We're going to the high. We're going to these highs. We're going there for sure. All right. Got it? If the market respects this bearish fair value gap and goes trades up into it and then starts to move back down, sweeping the lows here and closes past that 50% wick, that 50% of that wick, yeah, there's a good chance we're going to liquidate that low. A great chance we're going to liquidate that low. And we may head down to this low next. That would be the next liquidity target. I want to check something real quick. Where is it? There it is. This low here is still These are two relative equal lows here. All right. And that is a strong draw for the markets. There is no doubt about that. But I also want you to see that there is a strong draw of buy side liquidity up here. All of these are relatively equal markets, relative equal markets. So I like the idea that the market could overcome this bearish engulfer. All right. I like the idea that the market could overcome breaking this structural point here for a market shift down just to mitigate the bullish order block and then move up. I like that idea. It happened here. We broke structure, price moved up, back up into it, and then continued up higher, overcoming it. Just that we just have to see. We just have to wait. Like I said, it could very well continue down. It could very well continue down. All right, this when I see the market swing up and take liquidity and then give a bearish and go for, and we have a liquidity low there. Just but what is the mitigating factor? What is the mitigating factor here? Is the order block here? This order block. If it holds, we're going uptown. So that's what I'm looking for this week. Okay. Gotta wait though. Gotta wait. Can't just jump into buys from here. This ain't a great place to be jumping into buys. All right. It just is not. Let it prove that it's going up there, that it's going to take up to overcome this high, the high of this big old bearish engulfing candle there. Let it prove it. All right. That's what I would suggest. You'll see the market make this sweep, the liquidity sweep, lower low, lower high, and then a higher low. Wait for that higher low, and then we can say we got a good chance of going up. Wait for that higher low. Let it respect this order block here. Let it show respect to that order block before uh, jumping into buys. That's all I would say. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you trade the indices smartly. If you have any suggestions or questions about my analysis, make sure you hit me in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button and the boost button if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more. All right. I will see you in the next video. Hey, do not forget to go out. You don't have to go anywhere to go check the videos I already put out for the pound, the euro USD, and the US dollar index. Okay. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. May profits be upon you.